In this particular case, what we would be looking at is, Ritesh, in this particular case, this particular project is as follows. We'll be doing it with sample data before we go to the client, right? The client wants to check if the TDS entries have been done or not. Is it clear? Okay. So now we'll go through the complete case studies. That means that in this particular tally, suppose I go to my accounts info and I go down to my group and I create a ledger and I create a sample ledger TDS. So this is a ledger which comes under indirect expenses. It does not affect the inventory value. There are no cost centers. So even if let's assume the cost center is applicable, GST is not applicable. Okay. And TDS is applicable. Right. So in the ledger master, the TDS is applicable. Right. The nature of the payment is sample one. So sample one I've already defined where the rates and all are defined. Right. I enter. And PAN ID number is not there because it's not a sundry data. Opening balance is not applicable, right? So I say sample ledger TDS. Then what I do is I make a payment entry, right? So but I go here in the accounting vouchers and I make a payment entry and I say main sample accounting. And the account is, say, I'll put Rohit's name or I'll put the bank's name. Oh, I'll put Rohit's name. Correct. And I say that I have got TDS. So beta sample TDS ये जो amount है is 870 rupees. Assume this. But I do not add that duty and tax of TDS. मैंने TDS का duties and tax नहीं लिया. Is this clear? I am not charged because duties and taxes may. So I mean basically what happens is in accounts and info, I go down to a ledger and I create a TDS tax and it comes under duties and taxes. Is it correct? And then I say type M duty and taxes TDS. This is TDS is applicable, right? And it goes down to say sample one. Correct. If I say TDS duty tax, shift tab, the sample of a new category. If I define a new category here, then here I'm defining the rate, the section, the payment code, the remittance code, and so forth. Right. So I say TDX tax new slab. Then I say section 194C, 94B, remittance code 0A, tax rate 7%, 6%. Right? कि इस 6% पे होगा, zero rated नहीं है, threshold exemption limit 10,000. Enter. Is this clear? So I put this TDS new, this thing. Okay. So with that indirect expense, then I can always have this. Now, what I do is I go here to tally. I go down to configure. I pick up my TCP here, right? And I extract. Is it clear, team? So in my ledger details extract, I have got this extract. Is this clear? And in my TDS rate, report, I have got this. New category, 17/3 का ये हुआ, like here. Is this clear here? So I have extracted the entire thing, and in the Power BI, what I do is I refresh it. So I'll get all this data. Correct? Let me refresh it. Just 1 second. Right? Now when I see this, so I get this, right? So I've got this whole bunch. I'm removing this report. इसको मैं हटा देता हूं अभी के लिए. ये ऊपर से आ रही है, यहाँ से आ रही है. So I go up. Now beta, I go here and choose is TDS applicable, yes or no. Why is it giving blank? What does blank mean? Just 1 second, beta. Just 1 second. I pick this up. This up. I pick up Rohit Cash 1, right? So this is Rohit Cash 1. Now in the Rohit Cash 1, why is it giving is TDS applicable is equal to no? Okay. So I go down to ledger name. And I've got sample TDS ledger. But why is this TDS applicable coming out to be no? Sample ledger TDL is TDS is applicable. Applicable. So what happens here? So what have we made? Mistake we made. So we go down to the ledger master. Yes. So in these cases, the TDS is applicable. So when I pick it up there, then why does the TDS applicable not come here? Because it has been done with based on party ledger name sales. So if I change it to name, then this TDS applicability is based on party ledger name or it's based on ledger name. It is coming under indirect expenses. Na? Wait. Ledger Rohit cash 1. Should it be this or should it be this? Oh dear, oh dear. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sister. Yeah. What happens here? So this case is there where TDS is applicable, but no TDS has been charged. Right? Are you getting it? Just 1 second, guys. This is the first case wherein this document number 4 is a case wherein TDS is applicable, but no TDS has been charged. So how to know it is, I'll add duties and taxes here. So this has a primary of where it contains duties, right? So this is duties. And if I simply put duties here, then I'm getting 0. Then I should be getting 0. Is it correct? So wherever duties is blank, is blank, is blank. That's a case wherein I have an error. Is this first note point clear? That looks to be more like it, right? Okay, bhaiya, I had to charge TDS where TDS is applicable, but duties are blank. Does it make sense? Bolo. Ritesh, Rohit.
Yes, sir.
है बेटा?
हाँ सर.
Any questions here up till now? Bolo. Okay. Now my second case is wherein So this I add as a sample TDS, right? And in my sample one, what's my sample one tax rate? I add 1%. So this is the first case where no TDS is charged. Bhaiya, I had to charge TDS, but I'm not charged TDS only. Does it make sense, Rohit? Pritesh? But one of my other questions says, I've put sales amount debit. Why isn't sales amount credit coming in? Okay, sales amount debit and sales amount credit are coming in, right? Correct? Makes sense. So if the TDS is made with name, then I'll be able to do it, right? 870, this I keep it as 870, and then I keep it. So I go to this accounting voucher. I go to display. I go to accounting voucher. And I go to payment. And this is my sample logic, this thing 870, and I'm supposed to charge TDS. I'm not charged it. This is clear. And similarly for sales, no so concept. So now ये 900 कौन सा भैया? First February 2022. I add the voucher type name. Payment. Okay, fine. इस पे TDS is applicable, इस पे नहीं है. So 900 that it has picked up. Okay, fine. Is it correct? Yes or no? रोहित रितेश समझ में आया? Yes or no? रोहित रितेश समझ में आया कि नहीं आया?
Yes, sir, थोड़ा थोड़ा.
Now what happens is, suppose I filed in a wrong TDS. Accounting, Rohit Cash 1, sample, amount 870, then sample, PAN number, partnership firm, minus 87. So it is automatically deducting it. Let's see what happens now. And now what I do is I refresh. अभी ड्यूटीज में क्यों नहीं आया? What has happened here in the extraction process? So now I want to understand what's happened here. Why is duties and taxes not come? Why is debit different from credit? So what's happened in the case of this minus 87? Duties and taxes is here. 783 duties and taxes is here. Na? So when I add duties and taxes, then why does it not work?